so aggressive.
Big boys. What was I going to say? We can just kind of walk around town and plan out. Because I think for them, if they're quite dynamic, I'm almost wrestling with the idea in my head of doing the Trouble So Hard one at night, walking around, but with cut shots, not a one shot.
If we can go from like an alley to, this is only if it was like a wonder anyway, but going from an alley to like one of the main road bits to like down by like where the train tracks and the trains are going or something.
Well, I had a rough route like that for the Nars one, there is like a wide alley. This room?
Next one after that.
This one.
Here is the Resi Max. Do you have a preference for the audio here then?
Just one that's got like a guided vocal on it, I guess.
Okay. There we go.
Thank you.
Should be okay there.
Drip in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like, you do half an hour of this, which is just trying to get you into like a parasympathetic state, relax you before you do the brain retraining. And this has got like, it lights to stimulate it, and also it plays. Yeah, you keep your eyes closed and that will just like stimulate a certain part of your brain through flashing lights, and then you've got like a guided meditation type thing going through there with binaural beats going on, get your brain into that health state, and then this is just apparently vibrating the vagus nerve to help also get you into sympathetic state. So this all happens for half an hour first, just to like chill you out, and then they put on, you'll see it's like a swimming cap, and it will detect the electric signals in your brain and feedback sounds to try and, I don't know, I'm not sure exactly the science of it, but it helps your brain like respond in a certain way. Yeah, it's kind of cool. This will be very boring for you watching me do this though, so you're welcome to like go to anywhere else, but I've just got to put this on for half an hour.
What's the lights in the ears for?
I'm not sure. I don't really know. I'm sure there's some sort of reason, or maybe it's just aesthetic. Yeah.
You look cool though.
Yeah.
There's also a little comic book store that I want to go to.
Yeah?
Do you know what I mean? Like in North American comic book store. But that's a little vibe, isn't it? Big musician.
Can you explain what it's doing?
Yeah, so it's just the just putting gel into a connection against the skin, and then we just need to make sure that there's actually a good connection. There's no sweat, dead skin, or anything like that interfering, so that we can pick up and read the brain waves, the electrical activity of the brain.
Hopefully it should be better today, because I haven't used the hair product at all today.
A lot of the hair gels, lotions, even some of the oils that help protect the hair actually cause interference with the EEG. Even conditioners can interfere.
My brain. Can you explain a little bit about what's going on, Amanda?
Yeah, so we're just picking up the electrical activity of the brain. We are, once I turn this on, we'll be comparing it to a database of individuals. We're looking at the amount and the speed of the different brainwave frequencies. And then we feed it back to Ren through music. where he'll listen to it and it'll tell his brain how many of the numbers are kind of moving in the range, and it'll start seeking out more music by moving more of the numbers to kind of the normal range that are less likely to have symptoms. So I'm just going to mute the volume for a second here. So if I started here, it'll start collecting from the database. And then we have what are called z-scores. So this is the live comparison to other individuals from his same age group. I just turned the music off because the eyes are open and we're currently in an eyes closed database. But these numbers, when they're within 1.5 standard deviations, so kind of middle of a bell curve, then it will feed him music. And that's what's feeding this white line here. So whenever it's above the green line, he'll hear music. The higher the pitch. And his brain will slowly learn how to figure out how to move all those numbers to a more normal range. So if you keep your eyes closed there, Ren, I'll turn the music back on. How's the volume level there?
Maybe a bit louder.
So Ren, your alpha numbers are quite good today. Are you okay if I leave off the V light for today? Percentage of numbers, so we're trying to get them within. So these numbers here are moving in and out. So you'll see how some of them are yellow, like this one's orange.
Yeah.
So if they're within 1.5 in either direction, then it'll feed the music. And basically, when I say that, what all I'm meaning is, just find a blank piece of paper here. Most people are familiar with the bell curve for like exams and stuff like that, or height and weight. So most people within an age group would be within a certain range, or for a test it would be like 50% on a test.
Yeah.
So the idea is the further you are in either direction, the more likely you are to be different from the typical population.
Right.
So in this case, if you are way over here, you're more likely to have symptoms related to the difference. So we're doing 1.5, so about here. So this would be positive, and this is negative 1.5. If any of the numbers are in this range, it prevents him from getting music. So we're saying we want them within here, and then it's based off of his percentage of numbers. So then you can see here, he has 55 to 54% of his numbers in range at any given time. So that's what's feeding this up and down. And then the green line is our cutoff. And we make it harder when his brain's doing really good. It makes it harder. If he shifts or moves or anything, the green line may fall a little bit to make sure the brain is getting enough reward and isn't frustrated or annoyed.
Yeah.
And the brain just slowly moves it all in.
So that is it, then it's, the music is like a reward for the brain.
Exactly. The brain likes stimulation, it likes reward. The higher the pitch, the more rewarding, and the brain will seek it out as long as the instrument isn't annoying, or the pitch isn't annoying, in which the brain would move the opposite direction. So when Ren was here for some of his first sessions, what we were seeing was actually huge numbers here, where the brain would go up and we'd have the line way up here above the green. And then other times it would fall and it was way down here. Now you can see he's staying very close to the line in terms of his reward. And the brain is balancing the need for as much reward as possible, but not wanting to waste energy and resources to do it.
Right.
So it wants the most amount of reward for the least amount of work.
Yeah.
And that's just typical for the brain. Its job is to conserve energy. So that's what we're seeing here. We're not seeing the huge changes anymore. So yeah, he's training to almost 2,000 numbers right now for his brain. And his brain is figuring it out on its own. You just lift his hand for a second.
Are the things on the ear basically an alpha stimulator?
No, so the things on the ear, so your body and your muscles have their own electrical signature, so all your cells have an electrical signature. So we put them on the ear because in theory there should be no brain waves in his earlobes. And then it removes the body's electrical signature from the brain wave activity, so we're less likely to get things like muscle and stuff that's popping in. Yeah. So it's the type of montage we're using. It's called linked ears.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Otherwise, you're done there, Brent.
Cool, thank you very much.
Thought you were going to have that.
3 days before. Okay. Cool, thank you.
Thanks again so much. Have a good day.
Thank you. Cool.